In this video, we're going to show you how to install the alternator on your Hyundai Elantra located on the front side of your engine. With the hood open, you're going to go ahead and locate the battery right here on the driver's side. Disconnect to the ground terminal. There's a 10mm nut. Loosen that. Go ahead and give that terminal a little wiggle and then pull up on it. In order to remove our Serpentine belt, we're going to locate the passenger side engine mount, and right behind it you can follow our wrench down, and there is a 12.17mm head on the tensioner itself. We're going to push this back, and when this comes back, you can see on the front side our belt will move, and that should allow us some flexibility to go ahead and release this. Good, pull that wrench out. Now before we remove this completely from the vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and draw out a stencil of where the belt is run and all the accessories that it runs around. Makes it easier for me to install the new belt. Now that we have the belt off the tensioner, we just need to snake it around the pulleys and work this off. This could take a little bit of time because sometimes you have to twist the belt sideways to get it around things. Now on the front side of the alternator here, we have the electrical connector here, and we have this little retainer clip. So we're going to start with our trim tool and get behind this little retainer. And we want to pop this off. Once you have that out, on the side right here, we're going to push in on this clip. We're going to pinch and pull. Sometimes these can be little buggers on there. I tend to use a pair of hose pliers here because you can pinch and pull at the same time. Just like that. Go ahead and tuck that aside. Now on the front side here, we have the main power. I'm going to flip this cap open. That's going to expose a nut right there. We're going to use our 12mm socket to go ahead and loosen and remove this. And pull that harness off. I'm going to go ahead and thread that nut right back on that stud. Go ahead and loosen and remove this 12mm bolt right here at the bracket. I'm going to use our ratchet and our deep socket. I want to get in here. We're going to be reusing this hardware, so make sure you hold on to it. Don't lose it. Now just to the left of our alternator pulley, you're going to locate this bolt right here. We're going to go ahead and use our ratchet and our 14mm shallow socket to go ahead and loosen. Now the next thing we're going to do is, now that we have that broken free, right on the top here where the bolt goes through, we can actually see the bolt running through the top of the alternator. We're going to go ahead and spray that with some rust penetrant and let that soak in a little bit. Now after you get that spray inside there, if you decided to do that, normally you can go ahead and spin this bolt out. And once you get the bolt where it's unthreaded from the backside of the alternator, you're going to see that the bolt slides back and forth, and obviously you won't be able to pull it back all the way to remove it because it hits the motor mount. We're going to use our pry bar. You want to go down between the alternator and the bracket that the bolt goes through. We want to go ahead and move this. We can see that our alternator is moving around a little bit. I'm going to keep on rocking this, and our alternator is coming out just like so. Just going to work that up and around. Now this portion right here, this groove or track is where our upper alternator bolt slides through. Now this is literally just a tray for that bolt to fit into. So what we want to do is we want to clean that. We're going to use some spray solvent and clean out any dirt out of there. Now if you have debris in there, you can always go ahead and use your bristle brush to kind of clean that up inside there if you need to. You know, on your old alternator, obviously you want to go ahead and remove this bolt. You want to clean that. We have our idler pulley right here. There's a 14mm bolt going through. Loosen and remove that. You definitely want to inspect this here and make sure that that pulley is going nice and smooth, spinning nice and freely. If it's notchy or feels like it's binding up, you definitely want to go ahead and replace it this time. Ours is in good shape, so we're just going to swap that over. Go ahead and take your idler and the bolt, line that up, and get that threaded on. Once you get it started, go ahead and snug it down. Make sure that's good and tight. Our alternator is ready for installation. I'm going to start by putting some anti-seize compound right inside this track. I'm going to go ahead and lower our alternator down in a position. Now I went ahead and put some anti-seize compound on the threads of our bolt. We can go ahead and feed this through. And I want to put that bolt into that track that we had just put some anti-seize compound on. And work this into place. And once that's back, go ahead and get that upper bolt started. Go ahead and thread that in. If it spins in nice and easy like ours is, I'm going to go ahead and thread that in as far as I can. I went ahead and grabbed that smaller bolt for the bracket side. I put some anti-seize compound on the threads. I'm going to pivot up our alternator and get that bolt started. Going to do the same thing here. Once you get it started, thread it in as far as you can. Go ahead and tighten down this upper bolt. This lower bolt, the 12mm, will be torqued to 19 foot-pounds. The upper bolt will be torqued to 30 foot-pounds. Go ahead and grab your battery cable. I'm going to remove the nut on here. Install that. And once that nut bottoms out, you do want to make sure it's good and tight. Make sure it's good and snug on there. Then you go ahead and take that cap, fold that over, and lock that over. Go ahead and grab that harness, bring this around, press this on. You're going to feel it in, hear it lock into place, and install the retainer. Now, when installing the belt, the toughest part here is probably going to be fitting it underneath the motor mount here, and you have to snake the belt up sideways behind the tensioner pulley. So it has to go up behind the pulley and the engine itself, up behind it, and then over on top of the pulley. Doing this here, you might use things like a long screwdriver to try and push it up behind there. You could use a long, thin pry bar, because there was not a lot of room in there to operate. Now you're just going to continue this process, running the belt around your pulleys to match up your drawing. And then at that point there, we're going to go ahead and grab our tensioner, open that up, and then we'll go ahead and put the belt onto our alternator again. Now that we have our belt run around all of our pulleys as necessary, we're now going to go ahead and grab that tensioner, put our bar on there, and push that towards the windshield. Go ahead and work that belt on. You want to make sure it is fully in the groove and on your pulleys. And go ahead and release that tensioner and remove your wrench. Now at this point here, now that you have your belt on, you want to do a quick visual inspection. Make sure the belt is in all of the grooves on all of the pulleys, on our AC, our crank, our tensioner. Make sure it's in the right track of our idler here and our water pump. Everything looks good. Install the ground terminal. Push it down as far as it'll go and snug down the nut. At that point there, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.